What's out of style this fall isn't a list of villains. It's a set of habits that make clothes louder than the woman wearing them. Fall 2025 rewards clarity, touch, and proportion. Anything that steals from those three is stepping off the stage. Think of this not as cancellation, but as editing. You remove the noise and everything elegant can finally be heard. Out, speed dressing that looks like panic. The pile on, three trends at once, emergency layers, jewelry as apology, telegraphs fear, not style. In its place arrives composure. Fewer pieces, clearer lines, one focal point. When the outfit breathes, you look expensive. When it gasps, you look busy. Fall prefers the exhale. Out, high gloss everything. Plastic shine on bags, mirror satin in daylight, laminated trenches that squeak in elevators. This kind of light draws attention to price, not taste. What replaces it is surface with memory. Brushed leather, washed satin, flannel that catches shadow, boucle that looks touched. In photographs and real life, matte reads modern. Luster is now a whisper, not a siren. Out, logos as argument. The proof of taste was never the size of a stamp. Shouty marks on every plane, belt, bag, shoe, scarf, flatten a look into advertising. Codes haven't vanished, they've migrated into structure. A chain becomes weight in a hem. A monogram dissolves into weave. Signature quilting is translated into knit architecture. Recognition over announcement. If your outfit has to explain itself, it hasn't done the work. Out, stunt silhouettes, shoulders that weaponize a doorway, trousers that turn walking into choreography, skirts that arrive 5 seconds before you do. These belong to moments, not lives. The shape of now is decisive without drama. Columns that lengthen, cocoons that hold, curves that change posture rather than pace. The room notices you because your outline is coherent. Out, wide for wide's sake. Oversize without drafting is just fabric. The drowning sweater, the collapsing coat, the trouser pooling in self-pity. This is volume that refuses responsibility. Proportional volume is the antidote. Roundness where it flatters, air where it dignifies, narrowing where it clarifies. One architectural piece, everything else agrees. Equilibrium looks richer than excess. Out, loud sheerness. Transparency as dare has grown tired. Skin as content was never the idea. What suggestion was? The modern sheer is atmosphere, gauze over matte, organza that edits, open knits as lighting. You sense the body through air, not absence. It's not prudish, it's poetic. Out, novelty color stories. Neon as personality, pastels as costume, random brights with nowhere to go. Color as chaos cheapens fabrics and fights faces. The palette of fall steps into mineral territory. Bone, slate, ink, tobacco, bitter chocolate, forest. Into that one precise note, lacquer red, oxblood, like petrol. Color stops auditioning and starts editing. The skin looks more expensive because the outfit respects it. Out, trend hoarding. A closet of single-use pieces is a museum of almosts. The season asks for systems. One trouser shape in 2 fabrics, one knit neckline in 3 tones, one coat length that orchestrates all of it. Repetition is not a failure of imagination, it's proof of identity. Wardrobes that echo themselves read intentional, and intention reads luxurious. Out, disposable textures, flimsy pleathers, clingy linings, synthetics that reflect light like plastic wrap. These expose price before you say hello. Choose touch that lowers the volume. Sueded twill, compact rib, double-faced wool, washed silk. If your fingers relax, your outfit will too. Texture is the new currency because it's the easiest way to make quiet look costly. Out, jewelry that jingles. Stack upon stack, clashing metals, stones that shout under office lighting. Noise at the pulse points gives the entire look stage fright. The new jewelry is sculptural and selective. One cuff with weight, hoops that sit close, a chain that lies like a liquid line. Metal mirrors hardware, finishes agree. Silence, not sparkle, signals confidence. Out, evening in daylight, sequins on a school run, glitter pumps with commuter socks, party clutches at the grocery queue. Camp can be charming, but most days ask for restraint. Daytime shimmer is brushed, not broadcast. A satin with texture, a shoe with a polished heel, a bag with soft gleam instead of chrome. Save the chandelier for the night, the afternoon prefers a lamp. Out, concept without craft. Clever slogans and ironic graphics keep the scroll going but die in motion. Clothes must survive chairs, stairs and weather. You'll know the difference when seams align at intersections, when linings glide instead of cling, when a shoulder sets and changes your mood. Ideas are welcome, execution is mandatory. The body is the final critic. Out, costume minimalism. Emptiness mistaken for elegance, an outfit that looks unfinished, not edited. Minimal dressing needs a single decisive stroke, a belt drawing a line through volume, a scarf acting as lighting, a shoe with architecture. When there's no focal point, simplicity collapses into absence. When there's one, it becomes certainty. Out fantasy footwear. Precarious, punitive, or precious shoes announce themselves as liabilities. The walk changes, the day shrinks, the outfit loses credibility. This fall is grounded, almond toes, stable mids, boots with shafts that meet hems cleanly. Mobility is the new luxury because it tells the truth about your life. Out frantic mixing of metals and temperatures, brass bag, chrome belt, rose gold earring, cool charcoal with orange tan leather, a palette that argues with itself. The eye doesn't call it wrong, it just downgrades it. Align temperatures, cool with cool, warm with warm, or create tension on purpose in one place. Let metals match like punctuation. Cohesion reads expensive even when the ingredients aren't. Out, ignoring the edge work. Curling collars, lint-laden wool, pills on knits, stretched cuffs, small failures that drag down beautiful choices. Care is style's quiet twin. Brush wool, shave pills, steam lapels, condition leather, replace heel taps before they shout. The maintenance you don't see is the elegance everyone feels. Out, stage set dressing, buying into an aesthetic like a kit, cottage one week, biker the next, corporate core by Friday, produces outfits that feel like quoting rather than speaking. The season wants dialect, not costume. Your vocabulary expressed through line, touch, and 2 or 3 rules you repeat. Authenticity isn't a vibe, it's a pattern of choices. Out, snack trends. Micro bags you can't use, micro shorts you can't sit in, micro tops that turn winter into a dare. These were jokes that ran long. The new humour is subtle. Proportion play, temperature play, surface play. Wit you notice on the second look is infinitely chicer than tricks that announce themselves in the lobby. Out, performative sustainability. Packaging the problem as product, buying eco for a selfie, wearing hemp once and tossing it. This fools no one. Longevity is the measure now. Finishes that age well, materials that mend, silhouettes you'll still want when the camera is off. The planet doesn't need a performative palette, it needs fewer replacements. Out, nostalgia cosplay. Dressing as a decade rather than learning from it produces costume instead of character. Reference should feel metabolized, not mimicked. A shoulder eased from the 80s, a skirt length learned from the 90s, a polish borrowed from the aughts. Less homage, more evolution. The past is a library, not a party theme. Out, the just-in-case layer. Cardigans tied onto cardigans, 2 scarves for weather that never arrives. The belt and the drawstring and the elastic all fighting at the waist. Insurance policies masquerading as style. Edit to function. If a layer doesn't change temperature or proportion, it's clutter. Fall is crisp, let your choices be too. Out, clothes that only work at attention. If you must stand still to maintain the illusion, skirt that twists, coat that bites when you sit, shoulder strap that won't stay, the garment is performing, not serving. The test is motion. Walk, turn, reach. The right piece looks better as you use it. Practical beauty is the highest kind. Out, decorative belts and decorative scarves with no job. A belt that floats, a scarf that fights every neckline. These are props, not tools. Belts draw a line through volume. Scarves frame the face and tune the palette. If they aren't doing that, remove them. Negative space is a luxury fabric. Out, buying for the camera. Outfits designed for 10 seconds on a phone rarely survive the day. Fabrics must pass the touch test. Silhouettes must pass the chair test. Shoes must pass the sidewalk. Style that can be felt will always beat style that can only be seen. Out, equating sexy with tight. The most persuasive allure this fall comes from movement and suggestion. A hem that lifts and returns to line, a knit that traces without gripping, a collarbone framed and then forgotten. Clothes that shout what you could whisper end up saying less. And this may be the most important shift. Out is dressing your fear. Fear of being overlooked, fear of being boring, fear of not belonging. Fear creates noise, confidence creates choices. You don't need more decoration, you need more decision. Decide your palette and let it do the heavy lifting. Decide your silhouette and let repetition become identity. Decide your textures and let light do the flattery. Decide one focal point and let the rest go silent. So what happens when you let these habits fall away? Your wardrobe starts speaking in complete sentences. The coat becomes a thesis rather than a blanket. The shoe grounds the idea instead of performing for it. The bag closes with a quiet click and the conversation ends where it should. Metals agree, finishes calm down, colours behave like they belong to you. People won't say you're trendy, they'll say you look sure. Fall 2025 rewards anyone who loves precision more than performance. Edit out the panic, the gloss for gloss, the costume minimalism, the stunt volume, the logo chorus, the disposable texture. Replace them with line, touch, and a single decisive gesture. Walk slower, choose fewer, maintain more, let silence do some of the styling. When the air turns clear and the days run long to early dark, you'll step into it in a coat with a spine, a knit with a mind, a trouser that keeps its promise, a shoe that prefers stairs, a bag that behaves, metals that murmur, a scarf that finds the light at your jaw. Nothing will feel outdated because nothing is trying too hard to be new. It will feel inevitable. And inevitable is the only thing never out of style.